Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today, going to be picking 5 players that we think their transfer price has doubled. So, obviously, these players would have been signed from another club. And let's say, for example, there was a player that was cost 15 million and went to Arsenal, a random player. And then what would happen is, obviously, at this time we were recording, whether we think, their transfer price has doubled or maybe it's triple, might be even more. We don't even know, depending on how good the player is. So yes, guys, if you're new, make sure to like and subscribe. We're on the road to 400 subs. Let's get there as soon as possible. And yes, guys, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Fearless. So we're going to get into the first player here. And most of these players, they would either been signed about 3-4 years ago. With these ones. So the first one I have gone for is Ndidi. Now, I know Man United were linked with him over the summer. There was loads of rumours. Obviously, there's not much. Obviously, I've been told by Ryan that he's got a university, or he's in university in Leicester.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's been
kind
a
of
few years, yeah.
So it's kind of, in a way, from that, it shows you don't really leave. But we're talking about the main price. Now, he was bought from Genk for 16 million. And I think personally, if you're going to sell him, I think you could sell him up to 70 million. I think 70 million, he's a good enough player.
We could sell him way higher. We could sell him way higher. Now, if I was a Leicester fan, I would not take anything less than 110 million because we can't replace him. He's a player that's unreplaceable.
True, fair enough.
In today's market.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, who have you gone for your first player?
I have gone for anyone do it. Obviously, a very, very recent signing. 34 million from Norwich City. I'm sure he will become a star one day, whether he stays at Aston Villa for his career or moves on to bigger and better things. I think 34 million, that price tag, will definitely be doubled. I think if, I know he's only played a few games, but if Aston Villa were to sell him now, I think they could go up to 40 to 15 million. But obviously, in the future, I think he'll be up that 60 to 70 mark.
Really? I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about Bundy. I don't think he might, but you don't know because he was all right in the Championship. He's done it in the Premier League.
He was great in the Championship. He's a magical player.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
He was the best. Arguably, he's the best player in the Championship.
Yeah, fair enough. Now we'll go on to the next one, and my next one is Pedri from Barcelona. By the way, guys, these aren't all going to be from the Premier League. Pedri was bought from Las Palmas for around 18 million. And I think at the moment, he could be worth up to 72 million at the moment if they were going to sell him.
Yeah.
And I guess even more because he's 18 at the moment. And
I think you'd sell him for way more because he's Barcelona's future. He's Spain's future as well.
Definitely. I'd maybe saying if it's going to be more, maybe around 120 million because he's that good of a player. And he played so much football last year, didn't he? He played the Spanish Euros, he played the Olympics as well, and obviously played for Barcelona the whole season. So he's had quite a lot of playing time, and he is a very good player from what we've seen with Spain and that. But yeah, who is your second player?
Mine is another recent one. I've gone with Boubakary Soumare. I had to fit a Leicester, and obviously you're going to get Leicester players in these because we buy players cheap and develop them into top players. But 17 million is an absolute steal from us, and I think that is ridiculous that we've got him for this price. He's a really, really good talent, and in the future could sell on for 60, 70, 80 million because he's a great player and shows a lot of potential. A very, very strong player as well, very, very physical, and has that passing ability, defensive ability, and is a great all-rounder.
Yeah, he looks a bit like a Yaya Toure, maybe. So
yeah, and he's even got the 42 shirt.
Yeah, so it could be the next one in the making. Might go down to Man City, but yeah, you won't want that to happen. No, not yet. It'd be good first, and be a star player. Then you can mostly go to Man City. But we'll go on to the next one now. I have gone for Rafinha from Leeds. He was bought for 17 million. Can't remember which club he was from. And I'm thinking at the moment he could be worth at least 40, maybe even more, really, because I remember Liverpool were linked with him last season. He's a really good player, and especially with Leeds, their wingers are very good. They've also got Jack Harrison, Rafinha. He's such a good player as well, and whenever I watch him, he's very good. And I think I think he lives up to that £40 million price tag, maybe even more. Maybe I'm just being a little bit not trying to go too high, because if I do go too high, then maybe it won't be the exact amount that they will go for. But yeah, I think around 40 million for Rafinha. But yeah, who have you gone for?
I have gone with a player that signed last season. I've gone with Ollie Watkins, who signed from Brentford, now 26 million, and that was probably a fair price for a player that has done quite well and had a good first season for his Aston Villa career. I don't know how it's going to go this season with Danny Ings coming in. They're going to change formation, play two up front, or rotate, because I think that striker depth is looking quite good. If you've got Danny Ings and you've got Ollie Watkins, arguably some of the best strikers in the league, some of the best English strikers as well. You're definitely up there with the likes of Calvert-Lewin in the England squad sort of competition. But yeah, he's a very, very good player and score a lot of goals for Aston Villa in the future. I think Danny Ings was a surprising signing, and I feel like Ollie Watkins is going to be a very, very good long-term option. And yeah, he's a great.
How old is he at the moment? Is he like 23?
He's like 24 or 25.
25. So yeah, he's still got
a lot of his career to go.
A couple, still got quite a long time to go. But we'll go on to the next one now, and I have gone for a European or Euro 2020 winner. Unfortunately, it's the name of Locatelli. Now, obviously, we saw in the Euros and pretty much overall, really, that he is a really good player. I remember at one point he was looking to be a real superstar, kind of dipped off a little bit, and then has got back to his superstar talent. He was bought from Juventus recently for 31 million, and I think that could be doubled, at least 65, maybe 70, 80 million, and maybe someone that Man United could be looking out for. Obviously, I know, you'd much rather stay at Juventus than Man United, but if Man United did want to try and sign him, I think, he'd be quite a good player. But yeah, who have you gone for as your fourth player?
I've gone with another probably. I've gone with Ben Godfrey, obviously signed from Norwich for around 23 million, and I think that can be easily doubled right now. I think he's had a very, very good Everton career, and he's probably been Everton's most reliable player with the likes of Calvert-Lewin, but he's been a really, really good defender for Everton, and I think that price is easily doubled. I think if Everton were to sell him now, 40, 50 million, I think that'd be the price that you'd be talking about, maybe even more than that, because obviously we don't watch him week in, week out. We don't know the value that he has, the Everton fans.
To be fair,
he might be even more.
I like him, and I think he's someone definitely to maybe see in the England squad soon, because I think he's definitely a good enough centre back to compete maybe in the future, maybe not now, but in the future with Stones and Maguire. Obviously, Maguire, he's 28, so coming up into like the 2026 World Cup, he's going to be aging, so maybe you want a younger centre back like Godfrey, for example, who I think definitely could be in that position. But we'll go on to the last one now, and I don't think many of you guys might have heard of him. You might have. He's a centre mid that used to play for Barcelona, and it is the name of Moriba. He signed from Leipzig for 15 million. I think this was quite a recent one as well, and I've heard a lot of good things about him. Apparently, he's got really good potential, and if he's at 15 million already, the way that Leipzig like to develop their players, they're basically the English Leicester in a way, but they're doing it in Germany. They kind of develop the players, and then you know what happens? They just move on to Bayern Munich or something. But yeah, I think he'll maybe go around 35. He could be even more, because although I've heard good things about him, I haven't seen him properly, so I don't know whether he'd be good enough yet, but he could be 35, he could be even more really. But for 15 million, that is quite a steal from RB Leipzig there. But yeah, who have you gone for your last player?
Yeah, for my final player, he's arrived from the La Liga, just like your player. I've gone with Bryan Gil, who obviously has gone to Spurs, and 21 million. I feel like that can easily be doubled in the near future. And he's a decent little player. I think he did all right in the Conference League. Obviously, that's the UEFA Conference League. You're playing farmers, you're playing pub teams. So
you're playing part-time players. Some of them.
Exactly. So I think Bryan Gil is definitely a player of a lot of potential, and Spurs have seen that, and they've had a good window in terms of getting younger players. Players like Romero could have put him into this, but I think Bryan Gil looks a decent player. I don't think he's going to be starting straight away, obviously, with a quality like Lucas Moura and so on, but definitely in the future that could be a deadly trio if Harry Kane stays at Spurs and so does Son. Gil, I don't know if he'll play on the right or the left, but you've got Son, Kane. That could be a trio if Gil is fully committed to playing into that right position.
Yeah. So yes, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. If you're new, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment below if you think we've missed out any players. Maybe there's some players that have recently signed as well that you think their prices could go drastically up. Maybe Grealish, for example. I know he is for 100 million, but he could maybe come 200 million. Maybe that's a bit too far. But yes,
Maybe.
guys, yeah, maybe. So yes, guys, if you're new, make sure to like and subscribe. And yes, guys, we'll see you in the next one.